So it is the next day. I went to the beach, had a really fun time. I actually didn't end up wearing this shirt. I brought it in a bag just in case, and I just went in a bathing suit. Everything was fine. I tried to, obviously avoid the sun, but when you're walking like, down a boardwalk or trying to find like a spot on the beach, I actually found like a pretty good spot that was already kind of hidden, kind of under like a boardwalk, but also it had like a beach area in front for swimming and playing with like starfish and stuff like that. I think it's really important that you actually go out and have fun, because it can be kind of boring if you're always like freaking out about your skin. Obviously, like, I brought stuff to wear just in case, so I guess that gave me the confidence, even though I didn't end up putting on my long sleeve shirt or my pants. I was fine just in the dress that I was in, but I brought it just in case. Also, I had SPF 70, and I applied that. But for the most part, I just kind of stayed out of the sun. And once like I don't want to say once the sun started to set, but like later in the day, so like maybe after around 5 o'clock, then I definitely had more fun like getting into the water and things like that. So like in the heat of the day, that's usually not the best time to get in. Like, you can still go, bring, like, if you have like a pop-up tent, bring the pop-up tent or whatever, or canopy, or like your beach umbrella or something like that. I would just lounge until you feel like, okay, it's good to swim. So like, don't be completely stupid, especially with how my skin is. Even 15 minutes in direct sunlight, like if I'm in a swimming pool, I will be 2 to 3 shades darker. It is incredible how quickly my skin, this is my skin naturally off of glutathione, so this is not using glutathione, this is not using MSM. It just naturally gets really dark very quickly. So I'm not sure, I haven't really wanted to test it while I'm on MSM and glutathione. I just, for the most part, just try to stay out of the sun. But I mean, walking from your vehicle to the beach, obviously you're gonna be in the sunlight, but honestly I don't really see that big of a difference right now. In the video is a little bit lighter than what I would like it to be. Sometimes it's just like the time of day when I film it, I don't know, it'll like pull the color, I don't know why, but I guess I could take a picture. The picture is kind of oh, it's not that blurry, but yeah. So just in case, so I don't want you guys like just to be at home all summer, or, well, I mean, we're getting to the summer, but just this whole hot period, just like not making memories, not having fun, for however long the hot weather in your city or country lasts. You should definitely not feel like you're missing out, and just try to come prepared. If you end up using the things that you brought, great. If not, then just like don't worry about it. Like I was saying before, most of the tans you're going to get from just being directly exposed to the sun is just going to be like a superficial tan. So there are things you can do to get it to fade even quicker than if you were just to leave it alone and not do anything at all. So number one, obviously, is just maintaining your glutathione and your MSM regimen. Maybe you could even boost it up for a little bit for like the next 2 weeks. That will definitely help internally. But most of the things that are actually you're going to see like a difference in are going to come from the topicals. And so the first I would say would be get some like you can get either regular like whole milk. You need whole milk because you want all the lactic acid in it. I like to use goat's milk. There's like a powdered goat's milk you can find at Walmart, but you can get goat's milk. If you can find donkey's milk, go for it. But basically, you're going to be using this and you're going to be making a bath with it. So just take like a few scoops. When I'm using the goat's milk, I usually take about 4 to 5 scoops, and then sometimes if I have a little bit of whole milk in the fridge, I'll put like 2 cups of that in as well, kind of mix it up. But this is just great just for the lactic acid in it. And doing a soak, if you're going to do the soak, definitely stay in it for about 20 minutes. The areas of your body that aren't fully submerged, I just put the water up like this, splashing it kind of, or you can do like 10 minutes on one side, so like on your back, and then flip over and do 10 minutes on the other side. Obviously they'll be hard to like get your face, but like I feel like lightening your face, there's like other topicals on the market to just worry about that, but topicals that aren't necessarily big enough for you to use all over your body. But I mean, you can try, but like how are you gonna like soak your face for 20 minutes? So I don't know about the face, but this looks great for the body. So go ahead, do that. Another thing, I just found this. I bought it last year. It's Malva sylvestris, which is just mallow. High mallow is used for skin lightening, and so I might be adding this little tincture to something and putting it on my skin, just kind of like to check it out. It is one of those herbal skin lightening remedies, so it's not as popular as I would say everyone's favorite, the weird one, the jelly beans that no one likes, licorice. So the licorice root, obviously that is like one of the better ones, but like this mallow is like also really popular for skin lightening and brightening. So just FYI, I just found this in one of my drawers. That's why like I'm taking it out. Another thing you can do if you're trying to lighten up after you were in the sun for too long. So these are quick fixes for superficial tans. So like tans that aren't too deep. Because you know, the superficial tan, you were just kind of out in the sun, it got that first layer of skin, you know, it happens. The second thing was, if you have any type of chemical peel, I mean, it's going to take you 17 days usually, depending on the chemical peel you're using, if it's like one of those deep chemical peels, but you know, within that time it'll be gone. Like for sure, 100%. My favorite is glutathione. They're red peeling oil. That's the strongest oil. If you have sensitive skin, just go ahead and use their yellow peeling oil. I've used both, they both work, but I know that is kind of expensive, so sadly I haven't used another chemical peeling oil, or like I would definitely recommend another type, but I haven't used any other types, so I'm not the one to ask. But yeah, that chemical peel will definitely get you back where you need to be. But if you're going to be doing the other things like doing like a milk bath, that's just basically a huge lactic acid bath, or maybe using like a kojic soap, but like when you're using the kojic soap, you'd be leaving it on your skin for like 15 minutes. Like you'd be leaving it on for like, well, work up to it, just in case. If you have sensitive skin, definitely don't leave it on for 15 minutes, but you would work your way up to that, and basically you're just trying to stimulate your skin to start peeling, to get that superficial tan to come off. So if you're going to do those methods, which those are pretty cheap methods to do, probably a lot cheaper than, you know, the chemical peel method, it still is going to take you about 2 weeks. So whether you're doing a 17 to 20 day chemical peel, or you're doing, you know, these other things, like when I was doing the milk baths, I was doing one every single day. So when it was time for me to take a shower, I would literally take like a quick like 3-minute shower. Like I would just, you know, wash my body, do all that good stuff, and then I would just shave. Like after I did like my milk soak, then I would use that water, and then I'd shave and like do anything that like takes a little longer. But yeah, I was doing a milk bath every single day. So if you want to see the best results, you'll be doing a bath like every day for definitely for the first 7 days, until you start to see, you know, the change. So just FYI, if you can stay in the bath for longer than 20 minutes, good on you. Sometimes after 20 minutes, I'm just bored and ready to get out. So, or sometimes I'll make the water too hot and I'm just like sweating. So it's just up to you what works for you. But if you're doing the kojic soap, definitely try to experiment with leaving it on your skin for longer periods of time. So maybe for the first time, try to do 5 minutes, set a timer for this. Set a timer. The second time, maybe try it for 10 minutes, and it definitely is going to irritate your skin. Kojic soap is pretty strong for some people, especially if you're leaving it on your skin for that long period of time, but it's going to help stimulate the old skin to come off, and that's where that superficial tan is at. I'm trying to think, what is another thing? Obviously, if you have any type of topicals, I would just boost up the topical. So if you're using like a 25% lactic acid lotion, or if you have some type of bearberry, licorice root, whatever little mixture you use for your lightening, instead of doing that once a day, you would be upping it to twice a day. Sometimes with using this stuff, it is really strong, and so your hands are going to start peeling, everything's going to kind of start peeling, but in this case, the peeling is good. I like to, like, if my topicals are too strong, I like to use them only like once a day, just so I'm not constantly in the peeling phase. And if you are going to be using it twice a day, definitely have some type of very thick moisturizing butter, whatever, or maybe some type of healing lotion, like one of those healing lotions that don't smell great, like they kind of stink, but they're made for like dry, cracked feet or something like that, because your skin is going to be more sensitive, and you want to make sure that you're keeping in that moisture if you're going to be using all of these heavy duty lightening lotions or serums or whatnot. So if you don't want to get a lotion like that, you could obviously use like a shea butter or a mango butter, something along those lines. Maybe add some vitamin E oil to it, but you're just going to need something thick, because using topicals that are very strong, especially if you're using it like twice a day or 3 times a day or whatnot, you know, your skin will get sensitive to it, and it's gonna start the peeling process and all of that stuff. But sometimes that's what you have to do if you just really just want to get rid of like your tan quickly. And so you doing this, I usually notice my results within 2 weeks. So it's up to you. Now, when I get a tan, like let's say if I have like a weird tan, like maybe like on the back, like on my back, and like I can see like the tan lines, sometimes I just don't worry about it because like it is on my back. I'm like, okay, well, who's really gonna see my back? I've noticed when I don't do anything for tans like that and I just continue with like my normal routine, sometimes it'll take like a month for it to fully fade alone. So it's like with topicals, just a couple of weeks. But if I'm just leaving it alone, like it could take a month or if not longer for it to fully fade and me not to be able to see those tan lines.